One. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Success Talk Show. Happy Christmas Eve, everyone! Whoop, whoop. So listen, everyone, we're going to jump right on in and get started. And we first do my intro video. And guys, listen, please welcome the lovely Darlene Anthony! All right. We'll be right back, y'all. We'll be right back. Yes. So listen, everyone, we are back. Hi, guys. So listen, everyone, I'm so excited about today's episode of my Success Talk Show. I'm so excited about all these segments I'm going to be publishing. And for those of y'all who are watching, if you're on live right now, do a hashtag live. You're watching this on the replay, type in hashtag replay down below. And also share this out, start a watch party, because we're going to be talking about some money mindset stuff here. And the theme of this show, whenever I have a guest on, is always about that ROI, which is normally, return on your investment, right? But I go a little bit deeper with that. Is what are your results, opportunities, and impact? And we're going to talk to Darlene about what her ROI is, what her results, opportunity, impact is. Before we jump on in, Darlene, if you could introduce yourself, Mama.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Letitia, thank you so much for having me on your show. I am Darlene Anthony, your money mindset strategist. I am the founder and CEO of Purpose of Freedom, LLC. I help you to navigate the 3D with D process, that is discover, define, and develop your abundance mindset so that you can live out your purpose through focused, intentional, and transparent execution. I believe that every woman should be financially independent and fiscally responsible to live in purpose on purpose.
All the above, y'all. So we're going to jump right on into this conversation right after this super duper extra quick commercial. But for those of you who are watching me for the first time, my name is Letitia Campbell of CampbellSuccessNetwork.com, and I'm your #1 sales success strategist. What I do is I help you develop habits that allow you to reach your goals, get the most out of your time, and create and maintain an action plan so you could generate more sales online and build your empire. And today's topic is that money mindset, right? It's really getting everyone to understand. And those of y'all listen, we published the podcast. The podcast is going to be coming out tomorrow. So for those of you who are watching this live, just so you guys know, we have our live show here, which is the Success Talk Show. And then we have the podcast. Now the podcast, y'all, is just a little bit extra special, different. We go deep on the podcast, right, darling? Like deep. Super deep. So make sure you guys go to Anchor, type in Domination Tribe, and go and check out the podcast because it's amazing. It's awesome. Or you can become a subscriber of my on-demand page by going to CampbellSuccessNetwork.com and be able to see and listen to the podcast on demand so you never miss a thing, right? So we're going to be right back, and we're going to jump onto this whole ROI conversation and let Miss Darlene get a drink of water, because we're going to go in.
Hi, my name is Letitia Campbell, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Campbell Success Network. A little bit over 10 years ago, my husband and I decided to start our family. Early on, we were dealt with layoffs, massive bills, living from paycheck to paycheck, and we were so disconnected as a couple. We even would joke about how we were more like roommates than an actual couple. Also, I spent less and less time with my children, rushing them out the house in the morning to drop them off at school, and then to come home right after they were sleeping. I was lost. I was physically and mentally stressed. I was so depressed over the fact that I was so disconnected from the people who mattered most to me. Then right when I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter, Laura, I decided to make a change. I wanted to dominate my life. I wanted to have a bigger impact with my children, and I wanted to put myself in the driver's seat. So I decided right after to leave my corporate job so that I can help more women to be financially independent, determined, empowered, and most importantly, dominant. So that's why I created the Women's Success Domination Movement for women who want more out of their lives than just what they're receiving, for women who are so passionate about their message, about their brand, about their mission, and want to help women all across the world. So join us in this movement, because there's so many of us out there who are hurting, who don't have a voice. And let's find your voice today. I'll see you on the inside.
Well, thank y'all so much for watching that. We're going to jump right into this content and get going with it. Yes. So hello, everyone. So listen, y'all, this is going to be an amazing show for you guys. And I want y'all to get your pens and papers out immediately, because this is a money mindset conversation. Just like I said earlier, we're really going to touch on that ROI perspective, which is results, opportunities, and impact. So Darlene, my first question for you is, what are some of the results that you're going to be giving to your clients, once they work with you? But first, because those of y'all who hopped on late, it's all right. First, just give the first thing that you actually do, because I know you do the money mindset, but what is it specific that you do?
I help you to discover what your mindset is. If you have a fixed mindset or even a growth mindset, what is it? Am I thinking about what somebody told me, or is something that I know that I can do? These are my words. But define what your mindset is, and then go into the development of that mindset.
Absolutely. So at the end, what is the main thing that somebody's going to absolutely positively walk away with after working with you?
They will walk away with the belief in themselves that they are worthy, that they can do this, no matter what their history has been.
That's right.
What their past was like, the life that they're even living now, that once they are done, they can say, wow, I am not the same person that I was before. I don't have the same thought patterns. I don't have the same thinking that I've had before. And that's super huge.
Absolutely. And when it comes to money, mindset, behaviors, you absolutely want to be transformed, because it's almost like you are changing the perspective of what has always been going on with your family. Like before we did this, before we, did the show, when Darlene and I was talking, I was last night I was asking my mom, right? Because it's Christmas Eve today, right? But I was asking my mom, I was like, Mom, what else should I get my husband? She was like, girl, when me and your father at Christmas came around, all we cared about was y'all. We just gave each other a Merry Christmas and that was it. I'm like, why is that? Y'all never, all the years y'all been married, y'all never got each other gifts. She said, we never had money like that around the holidays to get anything for each other. So that really bothered me, because I'm starting at point A right now, where I don't have somebody ahead of me that had that creativity, like, oh, maybe you should mix it up and get him, because my husband and I have been married for almost 2 decades. So you run out of ideas to get people on the holidays, right? So yeah, girl, it's like, but I want y'all to listen to a lesson that I just said. They never had money to buy.
Absolutely.
They didn't have money to buy each other anything and create experiences for each other. And it's not the gift. It's not about the gift. It's about the experience. Every time my husband and I exchange gifts, we have an experience. You know, the look on their face, the when they did use whatever it is you purchased for them, and whatever, you know, you just have an experience, you know. So I knew that when she told me that last night, I was like, that will never be me.
Mm-hmm.
I would never come around the holidays, Christmas, Valentine's Day, anniversary, and everything. And I know some people are not big on these theme holidays, but my husband and I leverage those as just reminders of that. You have to come on and connect, because you do forget. Y'all just sometimes with life, right?
Just think out marriage, you gotta work at it.
You gotta work at it. And with 4 kids, you have, 2 amazing boys. The priority shifts from month to month, day to day.
Absolutely.
But still people have that need to still have that connection, but your brain can only take but so much overload before it's just like you just forget. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot that 27th is my birthday until he said, "Oh, we're gonna go here." I'm like, "Oh, don't worry about it." But still, no, we're gonna go here. I'm like, "All right, cool." It doesn't matter to me, but naturality, it really, really does. I like this conversation. Tell us, guys, down below, what gift did you get your husband? Whether you already purchased it. I know the malls are still open today, so some of y'all probably like, well, shoot, I didn't get anything. But give Darlene and I some ideas, because we are vets in this whole marriage thing. So we were just talking about an idea we wanted to create jointly, but we'll give you guys more information on that later on. But give us some ideas, guys, on what are some of the gifts. So while you guys are putting that in the chat there, we're going to go on another quick commercial break and talk about the opportunity side, because I firmly believe that every person who's offering a product or service needs to also say, well, this is the opportunity that you're going to get access to from working with me. So we'll be right back, guys, with a commercial break.
Hi, my name is Marilyn McCain, and I am an image stylist, CEO and founder of Creative Reflections Consultancy. Since joining Letitia Campbell's program, I have gained so much more confidence in life and in business. Her programs has allowed me to think outside of the box with respect to how I run my business and programs that I implement. Letitia Campbell is one of a kind. She's not your standard business coach that just gives you that 1, 2, 3. Her methods are sure and proven, and now I am able to run my business more efficiently and effectively through step-by-step programs that Letitia has put together that saves me time and money.
That's right. All right, now let's jump on in. We're gonna dive a little bit deep now. Thank you guys so much for checking out that quick video. And I love going here because now we're on the opportunity side. And this part here, guys, can make a huge, vast difference from you working with all those other little girls, little nieces out there versus you working with my girl, Miss Darlene Anthony over here. Okay. And so now, before we get to the impact side, because everybody loves the results, everyone loves to talk about the impact, but the opportunity, which is something that's missing for a lot of money mindset driven programs. So Darlene, if you could just talk about, like, if someone was to start working with you for a couple of weeks, what are some of the opportunities are they going to get in the beginning stages that you're going to offer them?
That is a great question, and it made me really think about what is the opportunity. And I'm coming from the perspective of a teacher. At the beginning of the school year, you get all of these kids in, and they have all of these different ideas. They've been tainted by other people, but it's like, what is it that you want to get out of being in this classroom? So first of all, what's the destination? What is your specific destination? Right. In order for me to provide the opportunity, I need to know where it is that you're trying to get to. Are you looking to save up to buy a home or to save up to buy a car? Or are you looking for that generational wealth? There are different things that we can do. Is it that support? Do you need that listening ear, that somebody that's on the outside, that's not in the midst, that you can really share everything with, that says, hey, you have no ties to me personally. I can share this. It's almost like talking to that psychologist or that psychiatrist. You're on the couch and you're like, look, I have all these issues. How can you help me?
Yeah.
And that's where I come in, where I can see what you're saying, but not saying, look at what you're working with and say, what can we do from this point? What is it that we can do to get you to where you need to be? But in order to do that, the first thing is I need to know what the destination is. And that's something different for everybody.
That's right. And I love that you mentioned that, Darlene, because it's that individualized attention so that you can get your results. And I think you should put that like on somewhere on your bio or something. Your results, not your mother's result. Because my mother's result was what? She couldn't get my dad a gift for the holiday.
Right.
But her major goal was us and the kids, which is fine. But what about you? I was like, Mom, he didn't get you all year. You've been, y'all, I knew my mother was doing, taking care of us, doing all the things she's doing, cook, clean, everything. And you didn't even get a gift. And you couldn't even get him a gift either. That's not my life. And like I said, that was not going to be my story to my two daughters. That me and her father, I want them to see us like gagging over each other's gifts, like topping each other every single year. Like, what? And they get excited about their gift opening experience and also ours as well. Right? So I love that you mentioned that. Your results. What are your results? Not your mama results, not your dad results, not your great-great-grandparents' results. Your results. Right. And that's huge. Because almost like my mother said, like it didn't even matter.
Right.
That's normal. Just say Merry Christmas. What? And he was in the other room. Just say tell the man Merry Christmas.
Right.
I'm like, Ma, you are too much. You are too much. But it is what it is. They were from a different time and what have you. But yes. Your result, your freaking result. So listen, we're going to break for another commercial break, guys. When we come back from this commercial break, I'm going to ask, Darlene, my final question, which is, what is the impact that she's going to be providing people? And also, we're going to also close the show out with letting you guys know what she has in store for 2020. Are y'all loving this so far? Please type in down below that you love it. If you share this out, please type in also #shared so Darlene and I both can congratulate you. All right, we'll be right back on the next commercial break. Yes. Yes. Just so y'all guys know, just a public service announcement. I'm doing like all these brand new films for 2020. And with the old and with the new. Yes. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that now. And thank y'all so for hanging with us after our commercial break. We're going to talk about the impact side, right? So, Darlene, jump right on in and says, what is the impact that you're going to be giving to everyone who you're going to be working with?
Great question. The thing that came up for me was the power of one.
Yes.
Because as you guys know, my job by trade is a teacher. And sometimes you just can't impact the 150 kids that you service on a daily basis. That you have to, it's that one. Who is that one person that will receive what it is I have to offer? Because if I can get to that one is going to tell two. Those two will tell two more. And then it's going to just go out into the community. It's going to go out into the world. How can I change this one person's life where she was down in the dumps, unable to make ends meet? They hadn't even seen each other in a long time. She's been robbing Peter to pay Paul, not realizing that I am stealing from myself, not being able to pay various things. I'm in the same boat that I was in 2 years ago, 2 months ago, 10 years ago. We had this conversation on our podcast, on your podcast. I don't want 2020 or 2030, 2040 to look like 2010. We should be progressing. Our skin cells change. I forget what the time frame is, but our skin cells change, but our mentality don't change.
That's right.
At Impact, I want there to be a new way of thinking, a new way of learning, a new way of being. And it starts with the mind and how we handle our money.
Mm-hmm.
Even how you handle your health, how you handle one thing is how you're going to handle everything. And if you don't get your mindset right, but also address the behaviors that condition that mindset, because it's not just changing the mindset, you have to also change those behaviors that you have. I want to take that, because when you can help someone figure out their money, because this is the one thing that keeps people up at night, is stressing over, man, how am I going to pay the bills?
Mm-hmm.
It's Tuesday and I don't get paid until Friday and I need some gas.
Mm-hmm.
I have a negative balance.
Mm-hmm.
I have stuff that's coming in and is not getting paid. So that impact, it says that, wow, I now know what I need to do. I want to tell somebody else.
Yeah.
Because if you can teach one, you can teach all.
That's right.
And that impact, because if I can just affect that one person, then she's going to say, wow, I did it, then you can do it. And then she's going to go out and tell somebody else and go out and tell somebody else. And at some point, you're going to infect and affect the entire community.
It's a rippling effect. It absolutely is. And we think that we are just living the lives for our own. Really, we're impacting every person who's before us and everybody else who's going to be after us, right? So it's absolutely a rippling effect. And you said so many great points about how it is so true. How we do one thing is how we do everything. How we think about one situation is in fact how we do in fact think about every situation. It all just comes together. And it also is leading up into how we handle money, our relationship with money, our behavior about money. And arguably so, quiet as it's kept, we don't talk about as women as money as much. We don't even like to, when we're out there in business, and I always have this thing come across me all the time, when it's time to launch, many women don't want to even get to the habit of asking for that money, even though they're giving away some amazing, impactful information, you know? So we have to just, again, scale back and say, well, what do I want? Mm-hmm. What is it I want? And y'all got to go check out the podcast because we went deep, hella deep into this conversation. I might just air it later on today so y'all can check it out and listen to it. But we went really deep because I told Darlene on the podcast, I was like, I am not making a 2020 resolution. Those of you out there who's making a 2020 resolution, y'all go ahead in that corner and do that. Make your little visions boards and all that stuff. I am making my 2030 resolution because I believe in the power of 10. You got to say, well, what type of woman I want to be in 10 years, right? What type of bank account I want? What type of lifestyle I want? You know, in 10 years, I'm going to be almost 50. You know, we have to really think beyond that. If we're just saying that God only gave me enough faith, enough blessing for 12 months, and we're not thinking beyond that,
right?
You know, what we did or didn't do back in 2010 is the reason why. And I talked about this on the podcast. Y'all gotta go check it out. It's great. It's amazing. I might just air it later on today, but think about that, guys. Put that, you know, start going back to the drawing board when it comes to your resolution, when it comes to your goal, and really also link up with Darlene. And she's going to give you guys more information on how to connect with her in just a second because she has an amazing event coming up in the next couple of months. Super excited for her. So we're going to close out on that because I want y'all to now make a move, take action. I call this my altar call time, right? Darlene, how can they connect with you, sis, beyond this conversation?
Letitia, thank you for the opportunity to be on your show. I am super excited. Jitters were coming up, and I'm like, and I didn't tell her this, but I'm gonna tell you this now because she's
You pregnant?
girl, no,
You know I always say that, girl.
no, ma'am, absolutely,
Girl, yeah.
no,
You know I always joke though. Go
I
ahead,
was
Bella.
pencil because that fear that you're gonna launch, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna ask for the money. I was like, I need to cancel this because yeah, no, I'm gonna cancel. I didn't tell her that yes, but why does that happen?
Mhm.
Because of that fear, that thing, that belief factor, all of that comes in. But that's a whole nother. So you have to listen to
Yeah, it is,
podcast
girl. You
to
know,
even know what I'm talking about.
yeah. I'm sitting here with my seatbelt on. You know, people are waiting to praise you, but also there's millions of people out there in this world who's waiting to pay you. You know,
Yeah,
when we know, wake up every morning knowing that there's people out there ready to pay me. I ain't worried about all these little girls saying no. I ain't worried about all these nieces out here that's copying and pasting what I'm doing. I am showing up for the people out there who are wants to pay me, wants to say I just the other day somebody inboxed me, was like, girl, I need you just as bad as I need Jesus. I'm like, listen, I don't want to be compared, I'm gonna be on the next, like, compared to that, but I get what you're saying, and let's get to work. But it's like, even with you, Darlene, you have something not just magical, impactful to launch, but you have something that's going to create results for people and also give people an amazing opportunity, and that right there is worth its weight in gold. So what we're creating and designing inside of everything that we do is that 2030
mm,
mindset, that hashtag 2030 mindset. That's what we need to be shifting and moving and working out what we are doing in life and in business and our health and everything. I don't want to be this big in 2030. I want to have chisels and I want to be like one of my trainers was like, yeah, I want you to be snatched. I said, I want to be snatched and racked. Like, I want all of this to be like curved out and chiseled. I want to be like racked. Yes, honey. Because that's what's important. If I just think about, well, in 2020, I'm gonna lose this much weight, but what about the part where I need to keep it off? That's where life begins, when you lose it. And now let's focus on keeping it off
right. You don't go
forever.
2021 saying I need to lose some weight. 2022, I need to lose some weight. 2023,
I need to lose some weight.
right.
I need to lose some weight. I can lose weight again. I can lose it. It's the same two-step.
Right, because I've seen it in my memories. I was this size, and then I said, "Oh, I need to lose 30 pounds." Oh, I
Girl.
was this size, and I need to lose 40 pounds. And so now today, I'm saying the same thing. I'm tired of saying it.
Yeah, Jesus is on my timeline this morning. Showed me a picture of what my husband and I went on a trip in Vegas. Honey, I was probably like a size 10, looking fierce, honey, walking in them Vegas streets, honey. Like, what's tea? And I was just, y'all gotta check it out because I put a comment on it so it could recirculate on my stuff. But I was fierce. My arms were small, my weight. That if I wore that dress now, girl, oh, I'll be looking busted down. You be like, girl, you look
Feels
like a loaf
very,
of bread in that dress.
okay, feels very doughboy. Like you just
Roly, roly, roly. Like, no.
right. I,
I'll be a disgrace.
mhm.
Okay. So, it's just all about this whole money thing. And I'm glad that you're coming in, and you're like I said on the podcast, that you're not just somebody who's going to be a mentor, coach, a strategist, and all that stuff. Like, you're an advocate for helping women create better money. And guys, y'all got to check out the podcast. So make sure y'all go and check out the podcast. Again, I will upload it later on this evening. So y'all want to make sure you're tuning in for that, because we did go deep. And Darlene, before we hop off, let everybody know how they can connect with you. Did you do that already, girl? I got that.
I did. I had a sidebar.
Okay, yes, Abba, good. So how can they continue on with this conversation of money?
Money. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Letitia, again for having me on. I am Darlene Anthony, your money mindset strategist. I'm the CEO and founder of Purpose of Freedom LLC. I help you to navigate my 3D with D process
Mm,
by helping you to discover, define, and develop your abundance mindset, not a mindset of lack, so that you can live out your unique purpose by getting focused, intentional, and transparent in your execution. I can be reached at purposeoffreedom.com. where you can connect to me and my tribe. Growth to Freedom. You can connect to, I have an event coming up. I am excited about that. Is it okay for me to share it now?
Absolutely.
So it is 2020 Vision with Purpose. So of course 2020, and then 2020 is all about that vision. Though my glasses help me get that 2020 vision, but you need to see beyond what you can see. And it's more than just for 2020. Now that Letitia is giving me that 2030 thing to think about.
Yes, honey, I remixed it on y'all with that.
Yes, that was a righteous remix there. I'm like, okay. It's not all about the 2020 year, but do you have that 2020 focus on your vision with your purpose? And it's all about the mind and getting your money right so that you can reach that 2030 goal that you are trying to get to.
That part. Yeah, we're doing big things. We're like, I was listening to somebody do a ministry and she was like, sight beyond sight. We're in that sight beyond the sight ministry because, you know, thinking in the now is not going to work. You got to think in the now and also like, not thinking now, but think of like, if I could just wake up every morning and just be on that faith button all the way through.
All the way.
All the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just be on that faith mode all the time, which goes beyond the hustle mode that people are talking about these days, you know. And I will have a rebuttal on that later. But on that hashtag faith mode, girl, be a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
Whole nother level.
Because when you have faith, you really don't have to do all this hustle.
You don't have to do all this hustle.
Because it's already there for you. You just have to open your mouth and say, hey, yes, I do want it.
Because you want it. And you know it's yours.
Right.
You know, hustling is a great term to use. But if you live in a life where, listen, I know I'm getting 10 million, I'm working, but I'm working in my faith.
Right.
Because people get tired when they hustle. That's what I'm trying to say, church. People get exhausted. People get discouraged. People give up. People don't want to be unstoppable anymore. But it's like when you have the faith, the sight, beyond the sight. Okay. Child, please. God will bring something to you, honey, while you just be like, oh, go. I receive that.
Okay.
I receive it, Lord. Oh, I got it, Lord.
Effortlessly.
Remixing the whole trajectory of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you are not trying to, you know, do that whole click and bake thing, but it's like, it's huge. You know, it's that sight beyond sight, living. And that's when you get in that mode, it sends all those hustle mode people out there. And it sends to say, well, I know you over there doing what you're doing, but I'm working in faith. I'm working for the king.
Right.
I'm not working for the vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Because the king made the vortex. So I'm going to speak to the CEO and founder and the creator, not the employee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, that's a little nugget for y'all. So if y'all caught that, say, Coach, I caught it.
Right. Because why go to the creation when you can go to the creator?
Creator.
Creator.
The all be all, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hello.
Where the fruit comes from, all things through Christ, who strengthens me.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
ALL.
with 500 S's at the end. Always. Just saying. All right, so let's get off of this whole thing here. So, Darlene, thank you so much for joining me for this show. And like I said, guys, I will be publishing the podcast later on. You got to go and check that out. And I appreciate, Darlene, for being here. I will have you back on the show into the new year because I know you're going to be at a totally different type of momentum then. And I'm excited for you, sis. And I love you.
I love you too.
So listen, everyone, as always, don't forget, get out there and dominate because it's time to design a life that you deserve. So on 3, Darlene, let's say, let's dominate. 1, 2, 3. Let's dominate!